Hey everybody, welcome to Squad Pod Sports. We're bringing our thoughts on the latest games and sports news around the sports world, brought to you by the Sideline Sports Network. We have kind of an announcement here. We want to kind of bring up the partnership with Sideline Sports Network. The Score No Score app it supports MLB and NFL games. You can get online, play with your friends, bet on who's going to be scoring on the next possession. You can just invite a bunch of your friends, can join in. Sounds like pretty cool. I downloaded it. I checked it out a little bit. But make sure to go check that out. It's on the Google Play and Apple stores. Mm-hmm. Make sure to go out and download that. Play with your friends on game day.
Check it out.
And also, try it out. What's the worst? It's free.
It's free.
Try it out. Also, check out the Inscriber Sports section by the Sideline Sports Network. That's just like all the columns and written articles about all the major sports events. Not even just major stuff. Just whatever's happening in the leagues, and that's just everyone involved with the Sideline Sports Network at this point, so definitely go check that out. We have a lot of great content in Sideline Sports, not just our show,
right?
Tons of other shows.
It's a conglomerate.
Exactly. So, from here on out, you're going to kind of see us, mentioning some of these, names and having some of these people on for guests, so be on the lookout for that because there's a lot of great content coming at you through Sideline Sports.
Absolutely.
With that being said, let's get on with the program here. Week 14's come and gone, going into week 15.
It wasn't a boring week, but with both of our teams not playing, it was an uneventful week, we'll say, in our minds at least.
Exactly.
A lot happened.
I always hate the bye week.
But I hate the bye week. But unfortunately, I would say fortunately, honestly, that it happened to both of us at once, so we got it out the way quickly. Boom,
exactly.
Bye week, gone, back to football,
But, at this point, what is the NFL? I feel like this year has been so weird. Not even just due to COVID and people going out, but, look at all these records and what it's coming down to at the end of the season. Not even just the wild card spots and it's up for grabs, but even these one seeds. There's a three-way tie in both conferences for that one seed right now. It's crazy.
It's
what's going on.
But it's amazing. You're seeing a lot of parity this year. Like you were saying, not necessarily even the wild cards, but if you look at the wild cards in the AFC, from the Dolphins, who are 6-7, all the way up until the 6th seed Colts are at 7-6. Anybody from there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams in there that are either 7-6 or 6-7. 9 teams, and then the next ones nuts. Are 8-5, and then 9-4. So nobody has this locked up quite yet. Not even with the 1 seed Patriots, they don't have it locked up. So it's very interesting. There's only 3 teams that are eliminated from the playoffs in the AFC, and all 3 of them have records 3-10, 2-11. Otherwise, every other team in the AFC can still get the 1 seed. That's how weird this is right now.
Yeah, it's very weird, and who knows what's going on with the wild card spot. There's so many teams that are in the hunt on both sides right now. You're going to be seeing it flip flop every week now until that final week. Then we're going to figure out who comes out going into the day, who gets invited to the dance.
It's the big division games in the last week there. I know not every game's a division game, but the big division games last week of the season decide a lot.
Yeah. We'll talk about the week 14, break down what happened, what we all saw, go over all the news that's happened over the week, and, of course, go into our week 15 predictions. Of course, your NBA hot and nots. We got to have that, every week now.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, all the NBA news. There's a lot of NBA news to talk about. And, of course, the bias bubble, crazy sports stat back to the podcast. Starting with Thursday night, week 14, Steelers and the Vikings.
Hey.
Vikings, man. Vikings had it under control.
We
Steelers,
called this.
They tried to pull a comeback.
We knew exactly what was going to happen, man. They exerted all of their energy the week beforehand, all of it, every ounce of it, and ended up coming up short to these 6-6 now, or 5-7 actually, now 6-7 Vikings, and we both picked Minnesota in this game, so we started off the week great.
Yeah, exactly. Kirk Cousins, he didn't really play well, though. He only had 216 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks.
Yeah, the picks were messing him up there, but they pulled it out.
Yeah. One of the big stories, Dalvin Cook came back surprisingly from that shoulder injury. They said he had a shoulder in a harness.
And had a historic
but he had
game.
205 yards, 2 touchdowns,
Dude,
man.
Balled out, bro.
Balled out. And Justin Jefferson, he had 79 yards and a touchdown. who KJ Osborne. He had 83 yards and a touchdown for him. Steelers, though, they looked lifeless for like pretty much the first half of this game, and then they decided they wanted to try to come back a little bit. And the Vikings, you never know with them.
I
Primetime,
don't get it, man.
Kirk, you never know.
I don't understand how the Steelers are like. They have comebacks in the bag. They come back like it's nothing. Why can't you do that at the beginning of the game?
Doesn't make sense. It's like how the Ravens were looking. Like for some, like they didn't always get beat in those first couple quarters, and then they always come back. But yeah, now they're really injured.
They're injured. That's their biggest problem right now.
Yeah. But I mean, Big Ben, he had 308 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. Najee Harris, 94 yards and a touchdown. Chase Claypool, 93 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 1 blunder at the end of the game. That pretty much was the story that came out of it. Was him
talking about
showing off that he got the first down whenever that could have been another play.
The offensive lineman came up and was like, come on, man, come on. They dropped the ball. The next thing you know, clock's ticking. They're trying to line up, and wasted a lot of time there, but it is what it is. He's easy.
Yeah, Big Ben once again. This isn't the first time I'm coming out here throwing people under the bus. I'm just QB. My job isn't to coach. He's like, with wide receivers and all that. He's like, I run the game plan. I run everything here. Like, I'll run the offense. But that's not my job. I'm not the coach.
He's gone. He's like, I'm not gonna be here next year anyway, so it don't really matter what happens right now.
I just want to get the season over with.
I just want to get the season over with here.
I'm tired, boss. Hey, I'm sore as shit.
But the Vikings won that game like we expected.
Yeah. Going into Sunday, Ravens and the Browns. We talked about the Ravens a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a similar situation. The Browns, they got up pretty early and were controlling the board. And then the Ravens, even with Lamar Jackson having an ankle injury, and it wasn't even like a run play. He had an ankle injury. They carted him out off the field. They said it's only like an ankle sprain as of right now, and it's a possibility he can play, but man, that didn't look good initially.
Yeah, exactly. The backup came in and put up some like decent numbers there as far as like the passing yards, but just wasn't enough.
Tyler Huntley.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't enough.
Yeah, he had 270 yards and a touchdown, no picks. But he did have like a couple fumbles, especially like late in the game there, like cost him, it could have cost him the game because it was looking like the Ravens go win it. They had the turnover there against the Browns at the very end. It was looking like they could have won it. They got Justin Tucker automatic and then just couldn't get it done.
Mistakes happen,
Mistakes happen, especially when like you ain't even prepared to play. You got Lamar Jackson out here.
But both of us picked Cleveland, like even going into this game feeling iffy about it, like because we wanted to pick Baltimore. We were like, I just don't know if they can win this game. We both picked Cleveland
because they're so hurt, man.
Right,
they're so injured.
I'm glad we ended up going with that. So we're 2-0 on the week.
Yeah, and I mean Cleveland. Everybody's kind of looked down on them the past couple weeks. Even Cleveland fans, they're still winning games.
Yeah, they're
7-6. They're above 500.
Most likely, they control their own destiny. Like I know the Baltimore Ravens are a game ahead of them, but they can still get in the playoffs. They can send 2 teams.
Exactly. I mean that division. That's probably one of the tightest divisions you got right now.
Forgot about Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincy, and then the Steelers. They're 4th right there. And I think are they above 500? I didn't
they're
even check.
6-1, and the
6-6 is.
That's the thing. They have that tie, so that's what's going to end up hurting them at the end.
Probably. But I mean, even with the Steelers there, I still think the Browns, the Ravens, even though the Steelers always play very well against their divisional games,
they do.
They fuck up all the other ones somehow or something, So I don't know if it comes down to a divisional to get into the playoffs. I could see the Steelers somehow weaseling their way in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the Ravens and the Browns. We picked the Browns, like you said. Ravens, who knows what's going to happen with them? They're all banged up on pretty much every level, and who knows if Lamar Jackson's going to play next week.
Exactly, it's looking really iffy, but especially if they're trying to go for a long run here. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, next game here, the Titans and the Jaguars. The Titans blanked them.
We call this...
I feel like we've been getting a blank a week here the past couple weeks.
We have, and it's been weird because we didn't get any in the beginning of the year, but
yeah, I feel like they haven't had them in a while.
The Titans' first home shutout since 2000. That's pretty crazy, man. 21
That is
years
crazy.
since your last home shutout. 21 years, but that's awesome, man. They're back to their winning ways. 9-4, still, up there. Second seed, I think, in the AFC right now, right behind the Patriots.
And everything was all quiet in Jacksonville for a couple weeks until they had a blowout loss, and now it broke, like, all hell's broken loose.
Yeah.
Like, shit's coming out about Urban Meyer. The team's in turmoil.
Trevor Lawrence threw 4 picks, though. It's not really Urban Meyer's
Trevor
fault.
Lawrence threw. Oh, I know that. But I'm saying, like, all this stuff comes out
all
now,
the news,
like,
right.
after a loss. Yeah, like something like that. But yeah, Trevor Lawrence, he had 221, no touchdown, and 4 interceptions, man. Not good at all. James Robinson only had 4 yards rushing. Like, they had no rushing yards. They were just passing the whole time.
It's just terrible. Terrible performance. Like we said, they weren't in London, so they weren't going to win that game.
Yeah. Ryan Tannehill, 191 yards, no touchdown, no interceptions. But I mean, the Titans didn't have to do much to win this game. The Jacksonville, they beat themselves on top of it. But we both picked the Titans anyway. We were definitely not picking the Jaguars.
No way. Sorry, Jacksonville fans.
Yeah.
You got 2 wins. I didn't expect them to get 2 wins, to be honest, but hey,
I didn't either.
It is what it is.
Because we were at the beginning of the season, we thought the Lions and the Jaguars were probably going to, like, be the losers.
Yeah, be the losers.
Maybe
maybe Houston too.
Winless at all, yeah. But yeah, the next game here, the Raiders and the Chiefs. Man, they're like half hour before game time. They post the video of, like, the Raiders having the team meeting out on the Chiefs logo.
Why?
Big mistake. Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Because that hypes up the entire team, man. Not even just the offense, the whole
meeting
team.
On our logo?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
We gotta show who the Chiefs are.
Bam. 48-9. Sorry.
It was almost 48-0, man.
Oh my God.
It was for most of this game. The Raiders couldn't do anything against the Chiefs, man.
I'm sorry, Las Vegas. I'm sorry. This was a divisional game too. So, like, it was personal. It's like, damn,
that was a personal ass whooping.
I saw Tyrann Mathieu or somebody said something like, that's not how champions act or something like that, or that's not how champions could carry themselves or something. I was just, man, that's ridiculous. You win one championship. He's all, he won one fucking chip. Get the fuck out of here, man. I mean, like, I don't really care about what the Raiders did or what Tyrann Mathieu said, but it's just like, man.
Comes on like a little pompous.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Thank you.
On your high horse.
You're on your fucking high horse. Oh, champions don't act like that. You won one championship and you lost last year. So, like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Like, I just had
oh my gosh.
Devin McCourty got more rings than this motherfucker.
True. A majority of ex-Patriots players have more rings than he does. Pat Mahomes, 258 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Their defense was on fire as well. That they got a couple picks.
That's what I mean. They hyped everybody up.
Yeah, I mean, Tyreek Hill, 76 yards. Hardman, 59 yards. Carl Edwards-Helaire had 37 yards and 2 touchdowns, and they were great touchdowns too.
He had a great game, man, and that's what I mean. Like, it seems like all around they're kind of coming together now. They're at the perfect time. They're really steaming upwards at the perfect time now. And
that's not surprising because it's been like that the past couple seasons. Like, they may be a little shaky in the first half, but that second half somehow, for some reason, the defense just puts it all together in that second half, and so does the offense. If the offense wasn't already rolling,
they got the second longest win streak in the NFL right now at 6 games straight. So they're definitely.
You guys are number 1, right?
Yeah, at 7, and then Miami is number 3 with a 5-game winning streak. So they're storming. They're not trying to, they're 1 game behind the Bills right now, bro. Like, Miami might end up in second place. We play them last game of the year.
I was gonna say, did you play them one more time, or did you already play them once?
We already played them once. Opening game of the year, and they beat us. I know we're not on that right now, but Miami is storming up there. But we'll get to that.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, we both picked the Chiefs on that one, right?
Yep.
As well.
Yep.
So I mean, right now we roll it
4-0.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4-0 right
Oh,
now. Next one here, Saints and the Jets. I'm pretty sure we picked the Saints in this one, right?
hell yeah. We were
5-0, baby.
ain't no
We
way
rolling.
we picking the Jets. I mean, like, come on now, Zach Wilson. Who the fuck? Who? Get the fuck out of here. I'm picking Alvin Kamara and them Saints. I don't care who's at quarterback. As long as Alvin Kamara's on
Yeah,
the field,
don't
the
matter.
Saints. It don't matter.
Don't matter.
It really
Don't matter. Alvin Kamara had 120 yards and a touchdown. Taysom Hill, he only had 175 passing, no touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah, but
He also had 73 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns.
exactly. No
Big
interceptions.
part of the run game.
That's the
No
important part.
interceptions. Zach Wilson, he had 200 yards, no picks, no interceptions. He did lead the team in rushing with 33 rushing yards, though.
He had
But
42
the Jets,
passes with only 19 completions. So this dude is out here just slinging the ball, man.
yeah, I don't know how they have 3 wins. It was Mike White,
Yeah.
but still. The legend Mike White
And
faded
Joe
so
Flacco.
fast.
Wasn't it Joe Flacco?
And Joe Flacco. I think he did come in at one point. Next one, we already picked the Saints though, in that one, so
Yep.
we 5-0. Next one, we thought this one was going to be a good game. It kind of turned into a good game towards the end.
Yeah.
The Cowboys and Washington, 27-20. Cowboys were storming; they were rolling for a minute, and then something got into Washington. They decided they wanted to make it a game, and
That's
then
what I thought, man.
that defensive line of the Cowboys made the difference there at the end. They were just sacking them.
Washington always has a surge late. Like that's
Always.
they're scrappy. They're such a scrappy team, man. So like,
Yeah.
you picked Dallas, I picked Washington. So this was the first loss of the week there. I really thought Washington was going to be able to pull that out, but Dallas ended up holding it off. And like we were saying, like good teams beat inferior teams, and this was an example of it right here. They held them off. They had a surge late. They held them off. They're 9-4. They're still in a great position right now.
Even with a very late pick 6 by Dak
Yeah.
at the very end, too. Like, when you didn't need that to happen.
Exactly. Even when the offense was
but
making
yeah.
mistakes, the defense held up.
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys are rolling, though. Dak, though, like, whenever it seemed like they just kind of falter whenever they have to, waste the clock a little bit. When they have to slow down a little bit, that's when they start kind of making mistakes, it seems.
Exactly. They're not playing their style. They should just keep the foot on the gas.
Keep the foot on the gas, rolling. If you don't like it, stop us mentality.
Yeah,
type
exactly.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I picked the Cowboys. You picked Washington. They couldn't get anything done in that first half. Taylor Heineke ended up with like 122 yards, touchdown, interception. Who was it? Who was the backup that came in too? Kyle Allen. He ended up coming in a little bit because he left a couple plays. Gibson had 36 yards rushing. Sims had 69 yards and a touchdown receiving. But the Cowboys, Zeke only had 45 yards. Dak had 2 picks, touchdown, 211 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 61 yards. Michael Gallup, 60 yards. It was business for the Cowboys. Makes a lot of things interesting going into Week 15 with the old Washington and Eagles matchup. They're both sitting at 6-7. So we'll talk about that coming up here. Gonna be interested who wants to go into the playoffs.
I know who I'm gonna pick.
Go to the Falcons and the Panthers here. I feel like this was another different one. Didn't we differ on? Didn't we both pick the Falcons?
We both picked the Falcons.
Okay. So we can't trust these Panthers.
We can't trust either of these fucking teams.
Either of these teams.
But lately, the Falcons seem like Matt Ryan's trying to put the team on his back. He's trying to do
They had the most
everything he can.
life.
They had the most life. So, and Cordell Patterson is as well, even though he's
does
banged
everything.
up. He does everything. So the team's trying. They're trying. So we both ended up rolling with Atlanta here. Glad we did.
Yeah, Matty Ice, 190 yards, a touchdown, no pick. Cordell Patterson, 58 yards and a touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 61 yards, no touchdown there. Panthers, they ended up benching Cam Newton for a little bit, and then they brought him back in. And now I guess going into next week, they're going to be playing both QBs. So I don't know what I have no clue what they're doing, and I have a feeling Carolina has no clue what they're doing.
Turmoil. They tried to insert, what is this, quarterback number 3 or 4 this year? Like it's terrible right now. It started off so great, and now it's just turned into straight chaos. And the main issue is the
Panthers
quarterback.
were like, oh shit, they can make some noise this year. Nope. Nope.
Wrong.
Aaron Donald look. He's actually Aaron Donald. He could play. Nope.
Nope.
Out.
Sorry. Sorry.
Cam Newton, he was 178 yards, 0 touchdowns, and a pick. PJ Walker came in he was 6 of 12, 75 yards, touchdown and an interception. Cam also led in rushing with 47 yards and a touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 84 yards and a touchdown. TJ Moore, 84 yards. They just weren't able to get it done there against Atlanta, man. And we both picked Atlanta.
So you're still rolling.
We both kind of roll. I mean, you only had one, but we roll it. We having a good week so far.
I did have one loss so far, but you're undefeated so far, man.
Next one, Seahawks and the Texans here. Seahawks got it started with an early touchdown.
Yeah.
Running it back.
Hey, we both picked
they
Seattle.
were able to get it done. Both picked Seattle.
Boom.
Russell Wilson, 260 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. This bull, I'm glad I picked him off waivers this week somehow. Rashad Penny, man, he had a hell of a game, 137 yards and 2 touchdowns for him. Tyler Lockett, 142 yards receiving and a touchdown, and DK only had 43 yards. But they got it done against the Texans. Texans, once again, can't do anything against any team, it seems.
It doesn't matter. And this was a good game for Seattle to kind of like get back into some type of rhythm. Even though they're 5-8, this was a good game for them to kind of build some confidence and roll and try to finish the season strong here, man.
Yeah, now they're building up just to kind of wreck people's seasons.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think they're eliminated quite yet, but they're close. So, like, they need a lot of help to help get them into playoffs here, but it's possible.
It's possible. Next game here, the Lions and the Broncos. We both picked the Broncos in this one, man.
Easy.
Like, I know people, you gonna pick the Lions because they won? No, we're not gonna pick the Lions just because they won. Hell no.
Denver. You saw it last week.
Especially after, the terrible news about, like, Demaryius Thomas.
Exactly.
And everything passing. The Broncos, they even, like, paid a tribute to him out there. So, I mean, they even had, like, the 88 like logo out there on the field, and they also had like a memorial for him and everything there. The Broncos weren't losing this game. They dropped 38 on them.
Exactly.
But they went out and stomped the Lions, man. 1-11-1 Lions.
The Lions are trash. Delete the franchise. Get them out of here. Replace them with Alabama.
Just relocate them. Sell the team and relocate the team. You don't have the Detroit Lions no more. You don't miss anything. You ain't win shit.
Yeah, send them to like Toronto or St. Louis. Then they could be the shitty Rams again, like, you know what I mean? Like, just be like the St. Louis Lions or something, and just be shitty. Yeah. Hire Jeff Fisher and be shitty.
Doug Peterson. And Jeff Fisher doesn't need a job. And Matt Nagy, yeah, because he won't have a job. But yeah, we both picked Denver in this one. No reason to even talk about it. Lions stink. Next one here, the Chargers and the Giants. Chargers, man, Justin Herbert had a hell of a day against these Giants.
He
showed out.
He's balling. He's such a good like young blood quarterback that's going to be starting off. Raw talent, dude. Like, and he's just going to keep getting better and better and better as it goes. So the Chargers got a good one there with Justin Herbert, man.
Absolutely. 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Austin Eckler, 67 yards, rushing and a touchdown. Guyton, 87 yards, receiving and a touchdown. But, man, them Giants, even with old Glennon in there, I mean, Dixon looked like he had a snap, but Glennon stinks. These Giants stink. Like, they're saying that Joe Judge still is going to still have his job next year, and I'm just wondering why. Are they going to give Joe Judge his job still?
What other options are there right now? Like, so maybe they're just waiting to see until they have some better options.
Maybe. I don't know, man. Giants, they're looking to be the bottom of the East for a while. Yeah. Because now it's just that it's going to be going forward, as long as Washington keeps building, it's going to be the Eagles, Washington, and Dallas fighting for that one every year.
It's like the Jets in my diviin.
Exactly.
Both of the
just
New York
like the
teams.
Jets. Yeah, both New York teams. Trash.
49ers
and the Bengals.
This is where
I forget
we both
what we
lost.
both picked the Bengals, right?
Yep, we both picked the Bengals. We both lost on this one too. So this was your first loss and my second loss.
Rats. Yeah, I mean, the 49ers were able to get it done 26-23 in overtime against these Bengals. Jimmy G, 296 yards, 2 touchdowns. Joey Burrow, 348 yards and 2 touchdowns, showing out. Joe Mixon, 58 yards. T. Higgins,
George
114
Kittle,
yards.
though, man.
Yeah, George Kittle, once again, back-to-back games with huge games. 151 yards and a touchdown.
He had some clutch-ass catches at the end of the game that
really
sealed
man, that
it for
one
him.
where he looked like Superman reaching out for it. Yeah.
So that shit is huge for him. That's what superstars do. And he showed up.
Exactly.
He showed up in a huge moment there, got him the win. Their playoff hopes are still alive right now. So 49ers have been like the stock market, man. They've been like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Like, just like a team we'll get to here, LA, but like the 49ers are still fighting, man. I respect the shit out of them. Beating the Bengals team that we know this is a good ass Bengals team this year. So the 49ers got that victory. Surprised me.
So we already mentioned it. We both picked the Bengals in that one. Next one here, the Buccaneers and the Bills.
Yes.
I think we both picked the Buccaneers, right?
Yes, we did. I'm
super you can't not
happy
pick
about
against them. It did go to overtime.
Well, it did.
But yeah, we both picked the Buccaneers. Old Thomas Wayne Brady, 363 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks.
It says here
now.
Go ahead, man. It says here a change of uniforms hasn't affected Tom Brady's mastery of the Buffalo Bills. And, like, it's just funny as shit to me. Like, he probably enjoyed the shit out of stopping these Bills. He owns the Bills. I'm sure. One of his best records like against other teams is against the Bills. It's like 28-3 or something. Like, it was something wild like that. Like
Aaron Rodgers owning a stake in the Bears.
Right. And he happened to throw his 700th touchdown during this game as well. So that shit's crazy, man. 700 touchdowns.
And he also passed like Drew Brees on passing yards, right?
Yeah, exactly. So like he's just doing the
so that's another
shit.
Record. I feel like we talk about him breaking another record every week.
Another goddamn record. 700 touchdowns? That's ridiculous. 700 anything is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Holy
he's a legend, man. And he's just like further solidifying himself the longer he plays by breaking and like even surpassing. Like I know they added a game and they might be adding an 18th game. So
and he's having one of his best years ever.
Exactly. All the stats, possibly could be beaten eventually, but not as long as he keeps playing. He's just put himself even further out and it's harder to get to with the longer he plays.
See, the record is something like, 5,000 some yards, right?
What do you mean?
For passing yards for one season.
Yeah, it's just over 5,000. Because Drew Brees has had it a couple times. He's had multiple 5,000-yard passing seasons.
Tom Brady's at 4,100 yards right now.
Yeah.
And he
like 4 games.
He very well may break the single season passing yards mark just this year, just because of that 17th game and him having the career year that he's having this year. But like, imagine that shit too. Like if he holds that again for a couple seasons until somebody like Justin Herbert or Josh Allen break that again, because we have 17 season for a while, But he's out here doing the most, man, doing everything he can. It's crazy.
It's crazy, man. Yeah. Leonard Fournette is also having a string of great games here. Yeah. He had 113 yards and a touchdown. Old Thomas Brady, he had a rushing touchdown as well in this game.
Bruce Arians wasn't happy about it, but he did.
No, Bruce Arians even talking about like they running Josh Allen too much. He was saying that like I know I wouldn't put him in that position, or like I know I wouldn't have my start. If my quarterback could do that, I wouldn't have him doing that all the time.
Use it for emergencies and know that he can do it.
Exactly. But Chris Godwin, he had 105 yards, no touchdowns. Mike Evans, he had a touchdown. But yeah, Josh Allen, 308 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. He also had 109 yards rushing and a touchdown. But you got Singletary and you got Zach Moss, who was having a great season, and then for some reason they just shut him down.
The Bills,
I don't understand.
They're faltering. They're down to 7-6. They're almost at 500. It's great right now. Everything is looking great in the AFC East right now. You got Tom Brady beating the Bills, Patriots with a 2-game lead, Buffalo sliding. I love it. I fucking love it. Keep it up. Let's go. Come on.
Oh yeah, both picked the Bucks in that one. Then you go to the primetime game, Bears and the Packers.
Yep.
Bears surprised a lot of people. Jumped
Yeah.
out to a hot lead
They
there
surprised
for
me.
a minute.
I was like, holy shit, we're going to lose this pick here? The Packers going to lose this game? Nope, we both picked the Packers. They pulled it out.
And just like the Bears, just like the Raiders, they made one faulty mistake. They mocked the discount double check in the end zone. The Bears, they mocked Aaron Rodgers.
That's the last thing you want to do. This dude's like,
knew from there, over. Aaron Rodgers, like, okay.
I still owe you 4 touchdowns.
I still owe you.
Sorry, Justin Fields.
29 to 37, 341 yards and 4 touchdowns. A.J. Dillon, 71 yards, no touchdown. Aaron Jones had a touchdown, 35 yards. Devontae Adams, 121 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lazard had 75 and a touchdown. But yeah, Packers rolling still 10-3. They're one of the couple teams that have 10-3 record. I think it's them, the Cardinals, and
the Bucks,
the Buccaneers.
Yo, I did something bold this week in fantasy.
Uh-oh.
I started, or last week, we'll say now because the week's over, but like the last week of the regular season there, for this game, I started A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones as my 2 running backs because every week they both ball out and I have one of them in, so I started both of them and they both fucking got some shit for me, man. They're both producing. So I drafted both of them too. I drafted Dillon as a backup just because I wanted that handcuff, and he's been chilling on the bench for most of the season here. So I figured, fuck it, let's see what happens, and he's producing.
These Bears, on the other hand, who are not producing. Justin Fields, 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He also led in rushing, 74 yards. Not looking great, man. And I don't know why you have. There were so many people that rushed the ball in this game. It's crazy. But you also have Allen Robinson, who's not getting barely any targets. What? He's your number 1 receiver, man. You should be using him like such. That comes down to game planning and coaching and everything.
Yeah.
But they were able to get it going early. But once some Packers started rolling, they could not stop them. They could not be stopped.
Exactly. A Bears team isn't good enough right now to handle a hot Green Bay Packers. So the inevitable ended up happening there. The Packers won. They put that on prime time just to, make Aaron Rodgers happy. So it is what it is. We did pick Green Bay on that one, though.
Yeah. And that goes to the Monday night game. Rams and the Cardinals here.
Surprise.
I think you picked the Rams, didn't you?
Nope, we both picked Arizona.
Both picked the Cardinals. For some reason, I thought one of us picked the other.
Nope.
But yeah, Rams came out on top of this one, man. They had the lead and they were able to hold it. The Cardinals were not able to come back and win this game.
Exactly. It surprised me. I really thought the Cardinals were going to win, especially with the way the Rams are playing. But the Rams are showing that they may slip up, but they can hang with the best teams. They are one of these elite teams. They they need some guidance. I don't know what's going on with them, but they need some more. Let's say
they're 9-4 for a reason.
They're chemistry. You know what I mean? They need more chemistry before becoming what their potential says they are. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
we'll see what happens. They're going to be in the playoffs, so they're a dangerous team.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, Matt Stafford, 287 yards, 3 touchdowns. Sony Michel, 79 yards. He had a great game last week. He had an all right game this week. Cooper Kupp, 123 yards and a touchdown, man. He's just on fire every week, automatic. Odell, he had 77 yards and a touchdown. And Van Jefferson, who's proven as a nice threat for them, he had 58 yards and a touchdown. Kyler Murray, man, 383 yards and 2 picks, no touchdowns.
That was the issue.
Not
there.
good.
The defense of the Rams was getting to him.
He also led in rushing 61 yards. James Conner had 31 and 2 touchdowns. A.J. Green had 102 yards, no touchdowns. James Conner also had 94 receiving yards as well. But yeah, man, they just were not able to get it done. But both teams have great records so far, so I wouldn't count them out. That's just two great teams clashing.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens going forward. I still trust in them Cardinals.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like I trust those Cardinals still more than I trust those Rams.
Yeah, realistically. Maybe they
Realistically,
got too hot too quick though, so we'll see what happens. It is a
it's
different
possible
season in January than it is in October, so we'll see.
for sure. For sure. Before we go into our Week 15 predictions, we're going to cover some of the news quick. Both conferences, as we mentioned, have a three-way tie for the one seed. At 10-3, Green Bay, the Buccaneers, and the Cardinals are 10-3, like I said. In the AFC, the Patriots, Kansas City Chiefs, and the Titans are all 9-4.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Make things pretty interesting.
Make things very
Um,
interesting going forward.
Something that's real interesting going forward right now. Also, over the past 2 days, the NFL has 75 players testing positive.
That's crazy. It's shooting up, man, across the country, let alone just in
Yeah, and it's not like it's
NFL.
a couple teams; it's a bunch of different teams right
Yeah.
now. It may be like only a couple players. I know there was one Eagles player that tested positive. And there's none other that I've seen. Who knows? There's still rest of the week here going to game day.
It's just
Um,
spiking right
but
now.
yeah, it's just spiking everywhere, and it's not even just the NFL; it's the NBA, MLB. I mean, not MLB, NHL. But yeah, it's going all right across all the leagues. So 75 players in 2 days. That's crazy.
Man. Hopefully everybody
Um,
tries to stay safe.
yeah. Cardinals wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins suffered a leg injury during the Monday night game. He's undergoing an MRI. No results have been, posted as of yet. I'm sure by the time this video comes out, they'll say something. But it's not looking good. I mean, he was already out multiple games for like a hamstring injury, and now to have this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna miss more time.
Yeah. Speaking of someone else missing more time, Christian McCaffrey is on IR again and out for the
Oh
season.
my god. Even better
Out
news for Carolina.
out for the season. And he also tested positive for COVID-19.
This dude, man, he had so much potential.
So much potential, and it's just not looking good going forward.
It's really not. Like, who knows what type of player he'll be in the future, man. I hope he has a good career, but it's not looking good. It's been too many injuries too often.
Yeah. Yeah. And now, I mean, we talked about the Rams a bunch, and this is a big factor. Due to COVID, the Rams closed their facility today, their training
Mm.
facility. They had a bunch of players test positive. Jalen Ramsey tested positive, like, I think the day before the game or the morning of the game. He got pulled. He wasn't able to play. But now it's looking like a lot of other players are tested. Odell tested positive. There's a couple other players as well.
Yeah.
Um, Not looking good. The Browns have placed 8 players on the COVID-19 list, including Jarvis Landry, Dredrick Wills, Austin Hooper, Wyatt Teller, Drew Forbes, and Ross Travis, the tight end. But yeah, they had 8, and they shut down their facility today too.
God damn, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
not good, man. ESPN confirmed they will have a Saturday doubleheader in Week 18. NFL will flex 2 games with playoff implications.
nice.
So they're already gearing up for it. They're like, all right.
Nice.
So a couple, like the one I can immediately think is Eagles Dallas
How
is
about
one of them I could possibly think of.
Patriots Dolphins?
Patriots Dolphins, exactly one of those crazy games, one of these divisional games.
It's gonna be like
Um,
Chiefs something, it's gonna be
yeah,
something
they said
crazy, but
the game one's at 4:30 and game two's at 8:15, so that would be awesome.
okay. Let me see here.
Uh, Further testing revealed that Washington football tight end Logan Thomas has a torn ACL. We talked
Oh
about last week
man.
that they were expecting him to come back, like they didn't think it was serious, and apparently it is serious. He has a torn ACL. He's out for the rest of the
Damn.
season.
That sucks, man.
Big blow to Washington. Teams that are officially eliminated from playoffs are the Lions, Jaguars, the Jets, and the Texans.
You're out.
You out, ski.
See
Get
you
out of
next
here.
year. Try again next year. Enjoy the draft.
Bah. Um, we mentioned Lamar Jackson had a sprained ankle, and apparently today, Bills head coach Sean McDermott announced that Josh Allen has a foot sprain as well.
Oh no.
And because they saw him leaving the game in a boot after the game, so who knows what's going on with Josh Allen? They're apparently Harbaugh said that Lamar is he wants to play, and say that he could play. I haven't seen anything on Josh Allen, so who knows what that's going to look like.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I pray for Mac Jones. I pray for his health.
I pray for Jalen Hurts' health.
Please.
Jaguars head coach Urban Meyer was asked about Andre Cisco playing more. He said Cisco's play a little bit more, I believe. I don't have his numbers in front of me. Cisco play 0 defensive snaps.
Awesome. I'm glad shit like this exists in real time. Like, it actually fucking happens. Like, he said that shit, like, oh my god. I fucking love it.
Like,
I hope he
the
actually
biggest
stays.
joke on Twitter is like they're like telling they were like atting reporters like ask him like about a fake name next time, like make up a fake name and ask him and see if he actually answers about it.
Yeah, I mean,
like
they're improving week to
we're
week.
trying to get him some more.
We'll get him in the rotation. We're just working on it, see what's best, trying to get a win for a team.
Oh my gosh, man! It's just, oh man, it's looking so bad for them Jaguars.
I just really hope he doesn't get fired now. Like, because it's entertaining. Like, keep Urban Meyer in the league.
And apparently, like, there's more to the story. Apparently, during a staff meeting, Urban Meyer delivered a biting message that he's a winner and his assistant coaches are losers.
What?
Yeah, according to several people informed of the contents of the meeting, challenging each coach individually to explain when they've ever won and forcing them to defend their resumes. And then this is confirmed. This has been reported by like actual like NFL reporters that he's challenged his coaches and called them losers. And like, bro, what is Urban Meyer doing?
Oh god. He might get fired. Shit.
But yeah, and on top of that, apparently months of tension surrounding Coach Urban Meyer's boiled over in multiple run-ins with players and coaches in recent weeks, renewing questions in league circles about whether Meyer could be out after just one tumultuous season.
Fuck, man. That Doug Peterson, Matt Nagy situation we were talking about might end up happening.
For them Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
Or like they gonna fire Nagy to bring in Doug Peterson. Like, oh man, you almost got the same guy. Doug Peterson's smarter. I give him that, but he makes some of the same dumb decisions. Browns running back Kareem Hunt is now considered week to week with an ankle injury. Apparently, not good. We already talked about Tom Brady passing Drew Brees and most completions in NFL history, 7,143. Crazy.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, just GOAT status, GOAT things. More than a month after breaking his foot, Titan star Derrick Henry is on track to return by the playoffs or sooner.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't realize Derrick Henry was going to be back this year. What the fuck? That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
They could have him back for the playoffs.
Fucking A.
Or sooner, it says. But my guess is he'll be back for the playoffs.
Yeah, they'll probably wait.
Apparently he's looking good. Apparently he's been training and shit. I don't know how.
God damn it. So, like, the Titans
might run into a Titans with Derrick Henry.
They are going to be a fucking stern problem in the playoffs. God damn it. I was hoping to, skirt past the Titans like another cakewalk to the Super Bowl type of thing, but that's not going to happen. God damn it. Because Baltimore was getting all banged up, like everything was like falling into place.
I mean, you got the Chiefs, you got the Titans. Who knows if the Colts are going to be in? I mean, see how you'll play the Colts this weekend. We'll talk about that. But who knows? The Jets are placing wide receiver Elijah Moore on injured reserve.
He was the best part of that team.
Yeah. Adrian Peterson is the first player ever to score a rushing touchdown with 6 different teams.
Damn. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, breaking another record there. Pretty cool.
Adrian Peterson deserves the spots that he gets in the record books.
Russell Wilson says any rumblings of him waiving his no-trade clause are a non-story, and he's set on fulfilling his remainder of his contract, which runs through 2023.
Okay. For now.
I'll believe you now.
Yeah,
wait until the offseason, though.
Yeah, let's wait until the offseason when the rumors are swirling and you haven't heard, like, we hear rumors about...
Wake up one morning, bloop, bloop, breaking news, Russell Wilson's been traded. Like, oh, my God.
It's gonna start with Russell Wilson isn't answering any calls from the Seattle front office. And blah,
That's
blah,
how it
blah.
always starts.
Like, it's gonna be some bullshit,
Nobody can reach Russell Wilson. He sold his house in Seattle or some
Yep,
shit, or he bought a
yep,
house somewhere else.
exactly. He sold it. He's put. Oh shit! He put his house on the sale, just like Tom Brady.
Packers wide receiver Randall Cobb will be out indefinitely with a core muscle injury he suffered
Damn,
versus the Rams.
that sucks. That's a big blow for
Yeah,
morale, because like Randall
exactly,
Cobb's a big part of that team. Even though he just kind of
exactly.
came back, he's how it is.
Yeah, that's one of Rodgers' guys.
Right,
They asked him who they wanted. He said, "Get Cobby."
and they did.
He did. Andrew Whitworth was the NFL's first 40-year-old starting left tackle this weekend for the Rams.
Okay, okay.
He apparently doesn't plan on retiring.
Just like Tom Brady, these players
Just
are
like
playing.
Tom Brady. No, we talk about this guy just because he hasn't won anything probably. I don't know. I didn't do my research on him. That's first I heard.
Hey,
Source confirms season-ending surgery for All-Pro safety Jamal Adams with a torn labrum
damn,
for Seattle.
that sucks even more for Seattle.
Yeah. Apparently the Niners, this is a rumor, the Niners are planning to trade Jimmy Garoppolo after the season and starting Trey Lance next season.
Okay, interesting. That's a very weird rumor to leak there.
It was confirmed by multiple sources. That came out about a week ago.
Okay,
And that's a rumor that's going around.
gotcha.
Multiple sources, official sources have said that. I haven't seen anything denying it, but it's something to keep an eye on. I mean, it seems like they've been trying to trade him even before the draft. Like this offseason, it seemed like they were trying to trade him.
He's gonna end up in like Carolina or something like that.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, you guys don't need him now.
Yeah, fuck that. Sorry, Jimmy. Spots taken, seats taken.
Seats taken. Unless you want to be a backup.
Yeah, you can be a backup.
Cheap buddy. Get back. We back up for Mac Jones though. He's due.
Exactly.
Rams have settled their St. Louis relocation lawsuit against them for $790 million.
That's fucking.
We talked about
crazy.
that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, the whole city sued them. But hey, they settled.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, we'll
They
take
settled.
the money.
Yeah.
We cool.
That's all the NFL news I have from this past week. We'll go right into our Week 15 picks brought to you by the Sideline Sports Network and Squad Pod Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Thursday night game here. We got the Chiefs and the Chargers. This should be a great head-to-head matchup.
This should be a
great
matchup.
You got Herbert, who's falling out, throwing like 70-yard bombs to people this past week. And then you got, the reliable Chiefs who are storming. Their defense is hot. Their offensive hot. Like it seems like they're gearing up for a playoff run. The Chiefs.
This is tough.
So I mean,
because it really could go either way. Both teams are playing great football right now, but I'm gonna roll with Kansas City. I'm gonna roll with what we know. We know this is a great team. We know that defense is on fire, like you said right now. I'm gonna roll with Kansas City in this game.
Yeah, this is at home for the Chargers.
Yeah.
I mean the Chiefs are 3-point favorites. I'm going to pick the Chiefs as well, just because we have seen a lot of good things out of the Chargers, but we have seen a lot of bad things out of the Chargers. I mean, they've been hot the past maybe a couple weeks, but we do know that there's part of that Chargers, their defense can't keep up, against hot offenses sometimes.
Exactly.
And even sometimes that offense falters to a point.
Right.
So, I mean, I feel like at this point, I trust the Chiefs because they're kind of a well-oiled machine. They've done this before.
And the offense is getting better week by week there.
Yeah, and that defense is proven. Yeah, so, I mean, I expect the Chiefs to get maybe one or two picks in this game.
Yeah.
Against old Herbert. Herbert going to try to force some throws, but I'll definitely roll with them Chiefs on Thursday night. We get a special Saturday doubleheader here.
Doubleheader?
Saturday doubleheader. One game, we'll talk about that one here. And one game, awesome. First one here, 4:30, Raiders and the Brownies.
I feel like I'm going to pick Brownies.
Yeah, Raiders and the Brownies. Cleveland are 3-point favorites here. It is in Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah. And I'm picking the Brownies, man.
It's going to be hard to pick the Raiders right now. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Las Vegas fans. It's just Cleveland isn't playing great football, but they're playing to stay alive right now. They're really trying to make the playoffs. They're trying to do what they can because they're banged up. Their COVID protocol, they're everything in the book right now. So, they do have a lot of players out. But I'm still I'm gonna roll with Cleveland. I'm gonna stick to my gut feeling. I'm gonna roll with Cleveland in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna roll with them as well. Going into the primetime game on Saturday night, we got the Patriots versus the Indianapolis Colts. 7-6 Colts versus the 9-4 Patriots. Indy are 2.5 point favorites. My guess because they're at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Tough matchup.
Yeah, Lucas Oil Stadium, my ass. Okay, the Patriots are 6-0 on the road right now, undefeated on the
They are.
road. So I'm gonna roll with New England based off of that. Okay, and I'm gonna just pray that you believe me that that's my reason for picking New England in this game. But I'm picking New England. We go.
Both teams are coming off a bye.
Both teams coming off
Both teams
bye.
coming off bye.
Both teams jockeying for position right now. But we have a chance to get a bye week, and Bill Belichick's going to try his damnedest to secure that shit. So I'm going to roll with New England.
I'm going to roll with the Colts. I'm going to roll with Carson Wentz and these Colts. And one of my main reasons, one of my reasons behind it is because you guys are on a tremendous win streak, and it's got to be broken at some point. And I feel like this is one of the best teams that you've played here in the past couple of weeks. I think it's going to break here, especially. I know you guys have a on the road record, like you said. But I think these Colts going to come out. It's going to be a knuckleball game. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be very close. It's going to be back and forth.
I think these Colts at home. They're 3-4 at home.
I think they're going to be able to do it.
Okay.
I'm going to pick them Colts. If I lose, I lose. If I lose, I lose. I'm going to pick them Colts. Make it interesting.
Make it interesting.
Make it interesting. Going into Sunday here, slate. Washington, no names, and them Eagles. Both 6-6, 6-7.
Rolling with
fighting for 500, fighting for playoff spot.
Washington all the way, baby. Let's go. Like I said,
I'm rolling with them Eagles. Come on, baby. Washington has like 4 players in COVID protocol right now. They're going to miss the game. Logan Thomas out.
What's up with Jalen Hurts?
What do you mean? He's playing.
I thought he was hurt.
Nah, he's good to go.
He's
practicing.
Why you playing Gardner Minshew?
He had an ankle.
Oh,
he tweaked his ankle in the game previously, but it's been like 2 weeks since then.
All right, I hope he's okay, because I'm picking them Washington no names, baby. Let's go.
They pulled him at the last second. He was preparing to play for the against the Jets, but they pulled him. But I'm fully going with these Eagles. You know, I think they're the healthier team. I think they got they're both teams kind of on a roll. I mean, Washington get beat to Dallas, but I just think the Eagles. I think they're getting Jordan Howard back, so I think they're just going to run all over Washington, especially with all the injuries they have and people out for COVID. They're going to run all over them, and I think Devontae Smith going to have a big game as well. But I'm definitely rolling with them Eagles, man. I got to roll with these Eagles going forward.
We'll see.
I got to.
We'll see.
Make playoff push.
Them Dirty Birds are 1-4 at home, so I'm gonna roll Washington.
I understand. I fully understand. Next one here, Panthers and the Bills. Oh boy. I'm rolling with the Bills.
Yeah, this is easy enough here. I'm gonna roll Buffalo as well. We were talking
even if Josh Allen's out, Mitchell Trubisky gonna beat these Panthers.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about this earlier. The Panthers are in turmoil for weeks now. And they don't seem to get any better. They just lost to Atlanta. I'm not picking y'all. It's Buffalo. Even though I wish Buffalo would lose this game, the Buffalo Bills are going to win this game. They're 10.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. Definitely going with the Bills. Next one here, Cardinals and the Lions. Definitely picking the Cardinals. They're 13.5-point favorites. Easy pick. Next one, Jets and the Dolphins. I'm definitely rolling the Dolphins. They're 8.5-point favorites.
Yeah, this one's pretty easy as well. Just because like we said, the Jets are terrible. The Dolphins are streaking right now. They're trying to catch up.
Elijah
to the Bills.
Moore's out.
Yeah,
he's on injury reserve.
Exactly
for the Jets.
Exactly. So I believe in the Dolphins to pull that win out there. Divisional matchup there against an inferior opponent. They definitely should win that game.
Yeah, absolutely. Cowboys and the Giants. Cowboys going to stomp these Giants.
Yeah.
It's not going to even be a problem.
It's probably going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah. They're 10.5-point favorites, but I'm definitely going with the Cowboys in that. Titans and the Steelers. Interesting little matchup here. Tennessee are 1.5-point favorites. My guess is maybe because they're at home. Are they?
No,
Oh, it's at Heinz
it's at
Field.
Heinz Field.
Jeez, wow.
I want to pick
Oh,
Tennessee, but I really,
I do
really
too.
want Tennessee to lose. So I'm gonna pick Tennessee with my brain to win this game. But my heart's telling me I really hope they lose just for playoff positioning there. But I do think they're gonna win this game.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Titans, man. You can't trust them Steelers.
Can't trust them Steelers at all, man.
Oh man, Jaguars and the Texans.
Easy.
Jacksonville are 3-point favorites.
Easy.
You going with Jacksonville?
Hell no, I'm going with Houston, baby. Let's go. Houston. Houston going to win this game. Urban Meyer going to end up getting fired after this game or some shit, you know what I mean? It's going to be that bad. Houston, we have a problem. It's not going to be Jacksonville, okay? I'm going with Houston. Who you picking?
I'm gonna go with Jacksonville. Fuck it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Jackson. Just
We'll
make it interesting.
we'll split
Fuck it.
that one
I'll
up.
go with Jacksonville. Yeah, make it interesting. We got a couple games broken up here this week. Bengals and the Broncos, both 7-6 teams. Denver are 1.5-point favorites.
It's because they're at home. I just feel like the Bengals are a better 7-6 team than the Broncos are, if that makes any sense.
I agree.
So I'm gonna
totally
roll with
agree.
Cincinnati in this one. I think Joe Burrow, he's on fire lately. Denver's been playing good ball, but I'm gonna roll with the Bengals in this one.
Yeah, I think the factor is going to be if that Broncos defensive line, how fast they get to Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the factor in it. But overall, I think I'm going to roll with the Bengals as well in that one.
Exactly.
Falcons and the 49ers here. San Fran are 9-point favorites in this one. And
Yeah.
I cannot trust the 9-point favorite like that, for especially the 49ers.
I don't think
I
they're
can't
gonna
trust
win
that.
by 9 points, but I'm gonna pick the 49ers in this one. That division, man, it's the best division in football. The 49ers getting healthy, they're getting more chemistry, they're getting cohesive, they're kind of putting it back together there. So I know the Falcons just came off a win there, but I'm gonna pick 49ers in this game here.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the 49ers.
Okay.
I think the Falcons could possibly upset them, but I'm rolling with them. I'm going to pick the 49ers.
Yeah.
So I expect them to win. But the Seahawks and the Rams here are next. I expect the Rams to win this one. They're 4.5-point favorites against the Seahawks. You can't trust them Seahawks still.
I mean, they're kind of getting their shit together, but the Rams seem like they're figuring out their identity as well. So as long as they're healthy because of all this COVID shit, I'm going to pick the Rams as well to pull out this win against Seattle, especially at home.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with the Rams. Packers and the Ravens, 425 game. Packers are 4.5-point favorites. Super banged up Ravens team. Offense and defense. I got to pick the Packers.
I might pick the Packers if the Ravens were healthy, man. So I got to roll with the Packers in this game.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely on with Packers. Saints and Buccaneers. Saints usually somehow, for some reason, have the Buccaneers number, but I don't expect it to happen.
Nope.
Not this time. Buccaneers going to beat the Saints.
Tip Tom jockeying for position right now. All these NFC teams are good as shit. He's like, I can't fall behind. So he's going to do his damnedest. They're 6-0 at home so far. So hopefully they get this taken care of as well. I'm going to go with Tampa Bay in this game.
Yep. Vikings and the Bears as the Monday night game. I'm going to roll with the Vikings in that one, even though I hope they lose.
Exactly.
I hope they lose just for playoff implications. But
Vikings.
I expect.
You think they'll win. Your brain's telling you the Vikings are going to win this game because the Bears are in shambles all the fucking time.
But I want them to lose.
Right, exactly. Me too. I'm picking Minnesota in that game as well.
Yeah. But that's our Week 15 picks there. Only a couple more weeks till playoff time. It's coming fast.
It's creeping up. Fantasy playoffs start this week, baby. Let's roll.
Hell yeah. I'm not in ours, but I'm in my other leagues.
Hell yeah.
You know, I got that bye week. So I'm excited for that. Before we get into our NBA news and hot and nuts, just a couple different news going around in the sports world. Another Alabama player won a Heisman Trophy. Bryce Young.
Another Alabama player again.
Another Alabama player. It's crazy. And Tiger Woods is back. I don't know if you saw this. Tiger and his son, Charlie Woods, will play in Orlando on December 18th and 19th at the PNC Championship.
What? That's fucking great news, man. I had no idea.
Tiger and his son are back.
Hell yeah. Excellent.
But I do. The last thing here is Auburn's men's basketball program has been placed on 4 years of probation for violations of the NCAA ethical conduct rules by former assistant Chuck Person, while head coach Bruce Pearl received a 2-game suspension.
God damn.
Yeah.
Holy
Bad news.
Shit, man.
Right? Crazy.
Stop fucking around.
Stop fucking around. But yeah, that's all the extra news that I have. We can go right into the NBA news. What's on your hot and not list this week, Vern?
So the hot and not list. Start with the hot, okay? You got Utah on a 7-game winning streak. Killing it right now, okay? Doing exactly what they need to do. 8-2 over the last 10. You got the Clippers, unfortunately, on a 4-game winning streak. 6-4 right now. They're 1 game above the Lakers, so they're doing good, but they're on a 4-game winning streak. Cleveland, back in it, you know what I mean? 4-game winning streak, 8-2 over the last 10 games there. Then you got Memphis on a 3-game winning streak, 8-2. Ja Morant doing his thing. And then Brooklyn, even though they got a ton of players entering health and safety protocols here, we got Brooklyn on a 3-game winning streak, 7-3 over the last 10 there, okay? Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. The not list. Detroit, okay? 12 straight losses. These motherfuckers are the new Houston Rockets. You're terrible. You fucking ass. Get out of the league. Like, it's fucking terrible. 0-10 over the last 10 games right now, okay? Orlando, 5 straight losses. 1-9.
Oof.
You fucking ass, okay?
Terrible.
Portland, 5 straight losses. What the hell's going on over there in Portland? I don't understand it.
Good.
Get Dame the fuck out of there, okay? 2-8 over the last 10 games. And then the New York Knicks, okay? The other New York team. 4 straight losses. Sliding. 2-8 over the last 10 games. Get your shit together, man. Get your shit together. That's it.
Yeah, and the Houston Rockets weren't on it this week again. I mean, they're 8-2 in their last 10. So I mean, they're still looking good right now.
They didn't have them on the hot list, but they do deserve talked about because they're a staple on one of these lists every year.
I still believe that they did it just because you said that they were going to be forever like on your list, on your not list, and they're like, oh yeah, we're going to go on a little streak here, get us off that list.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be the #1 team on the fucking hot list this week, you know. So that was impressive, very impressive by Houston there. But we'll see what happens.
All right, so going into some NBA news here. Kevin Durant is the first player in Nets history to record a 50-point game and triple-double in consecutive games.
God damn.
Durant is the first player to do that for any team since Damian Lillard in 2019 and 2020 season.
Holy shit, man. That was a crazy game. They needed it.
Yeah, he's been balling out. And now officially, Steph Curry has now all-time three-point leader, passing Ray Allen. He needed 511 fewer games to break the record than Ray Allen.
Uh-huh. Congratulations to Steph Curry, man. This dude's a monster.
3 God.
He changed the game. He's a generational player like Michael, Kobe, LeBron, Curry.
Witnessing greatness.
Exactly.
And going into some bad news, unfortunately, Bucks Giannis Antetokounmpo entered health and safety protocols out COVID. James Harden and Bruce Brown for the Nets out COVID. Among most of the rest of the team, they only have 8 active players tonight going into the game. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Apparently, the Mavericks were among teams that reached out about trading for Kyrie Irving, and they offered Kristaps Porzingis in the trade as well.
Try to fucking bag on their dude already, man. They're like, get the fuck out of here, Kristaps. We got our guy.
And the Nets also expressed surprising willingness to discuss Joe Harris in trade talks as well. Which is, man, he's a sharpshooter. If any team can get him, it's great. Yeah, because he was talking about like them trying to get another big man or something. Which that's what I'm hoping the Bulls go out and do here before the trade deadline is go out and get like a power forward, get like another big boy. Speaking of big boys, Nikola Jokic is posting numbers that have never been seen in the NBA history. He's averaging 26 points per game, 13.8 rebounds per game, and 7.3 assists per game. No players average even 25, 13, and 6 in a season.
Damn, man. He's going to end up getting MVP again.
Possible. It's possible.
It's very possible, man. I can see it happening. He dominates.
This has to do with your Lakers a little bit. I don't know if
Okay.
you saw this. The trio of LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook simply hasn't blended well as from what the Lakers have hoped. And they are having internal discussions on trade scenarios involving Russell Westbrook already.
Well, I think that's bullshit. I hope it doesn't happen. I just think like you need more than 30 games to really know
I
what
think
you
you
got.
do too.
You know, so I really
I
hope,
think so as well.
I hope it doesn't happen. I've seen shit about trading for Dame, like in a crazy 3-player trade, and I wouldn't even want that right now. Like I think,
also saw about like Ben Simmons. Like you guys were
yeah,
interested in like Ben Simmons and
no, we
stuff.
should keep Russ and keep rolling with what we got and build around it. Like not build around it
I
like, for
agree.
the future, but like figure out how to make this team successful. You know?
Yeah, exactly. You got to see how they met. Like you got to give them time to see how they
Exactly.
plan out. Like backs like a season. Like you see how they go out the season, then go from there possibly.
Exactly.
Isaiah Thomas signed with the Denver Nuggets NBA G League affiliate, the Grand Rapids Gold. You know he's trying to make a comeback. Apparently he said that. Apparently he said that if Rajon Rondo didn't have the buyout and went to the Lakers, he would have signed with the Lakers.
Right. Damn. I mean, it is what it is. Especially if he's only getting to a G League team, that tells you that like he's not on another NBA roster right now. He is on a G League roster, but like so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. The Kings are shopping Buddy Hield and Marvin Bagley the third in hopes of getting good player in return. So those are good players, man.
Yeah.
They're out here shopping.
I wouldn't
Them, the
mind having
Pacers,
Buddy
they're out
Hield.
here shopping. Yeah. So like all these lesser teams, like the Kings and the Pacers, they're out here shopping great talent for any like contending teams that want it. And I'm hoping the Bulls kind of get in on one of these.
Right.
You know.
Especially like the Pistons as well.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a couple of these teams that are maybe like one player away. You know, one great player away from making that run. That could be the difference. There's an executive that said, an NBA executive that said, I think this is definitely the beginning of the end for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown in Boston. I think sometime in the next 12 to 18 months, we're really going to start hearing conversation about the future of Boston with Jaylen Brown heading out.
Oh shit!
So
man.
it's looking like Jaylen Brown's going to be getting traded possibly in the coming.
Send it to the dark side, to LA.
Yeah. So I mean, you gotta know, like Boston's gonna keep Jason Tatum. That's like you gotta keep Tatum.
He's their franchise player. Jaylen Brown's unfortunately the one that's got to go. You know.
Yeah. The Knicks, the Lakers, Timberwolves, Trailblazers, Kings, Pacers, and Cavs were among the teams interested in Ben Simmons here during trade discussion.
That's fucking LeBron's fault. God damn it.
LeBron out here GMing.
I don't want Ben Simmons. That motherfucker can't shoot. What do we want? What
you can't shoot? Why would I want? Right? This is basketball, right? This is basketball. Put the ball in the hoop.
Put the ball in the hoop.
Why you want someone can't put the ball in the hoop?
This dude can't shoot. Fuck. God damn it.
Right? Don't make any sense. Detroit Pistons forward Jeremy Grant suffered torn ligaments in his right thumb and is out indefinitely.
Damn. That sucks. He's one of the players that was like kind of like up for trade rumors and stuff.
Yeah. And seems like another player that we mentioned weekly, Zion Williamson, continues to experience soreness in his surgically repaired right foot and is likely to be shut down from basketball activities for the time being again, right after he started practicing again.
Man.
So it's just one thing after another for Zion, man.
Since the day he came in the league, just like Ben Simmons.
Yeah. It's crazy. So, I mean, who knows when we're going to see him?
Hopefully eventually.
Hopefully eventually. The Portland Trailblazers have made clear to the 76ers that Damian Lillard is not available in trade talks. They said, stop trying. We see what you and your fans trying to do on Twitter. Stop it. He's not interested. We're not interested.
For now. There's always a for
and
now
Damian Lillard also said, I think we said last week, he mentioned a comment that it's all noise. Like, he doesn't want to go anywhere.
Yeah. Like they're focused on right now.
Yeah. USA Basketball is finalizing a decision to name Steve Kerr as the next national head coach.
Hey, nice. Awesome. That'd be cool. He deserves it.
Yep. New Orleans Pelicans guard Kira Lewis Jr. has suffered a season-ending torn ACL.
Damn, man. Out.
Rockets are the first team in NBA history to have a 15-game losing streak and 7-game win streak in the same season.
Yeah, how the fuck does that work? This shit is crazy. What the hell?
Don't make any sense.
Fucking Houston. Staying on my mind.
Atlanta Hawks forward Solomon Hill is out for the season.
Damn.
With a hamstring tear.
Former Laker. Sucks, man.
And last thing here, Bradley Beal says he's not ready to sign an extension with Washington. He said, "I'm not going to make that grand commitment. It doesn't
Oh
work.
shit!
Ultimately, you have to be selfish at some point."
Oh shit! What's that mean?
Yeah.
Bradley Beal's like, I might be out, son. Get the fuck out of here. I'm piecing.
And this could have been a crazy sports stat. This is the third time in LeBron James' career his team has been 500 or worse through 26 games, joining the Cavs 07-08 and the 03-04 Cavs.
Hey, that's all right, man. We gonna be there at the end of the year. Don't you fucking worry. We'll be there.
But that's all the news I have here as far as NBA. We can roll right into the bias bubble, and I don't really have too much, man.
Yeah, I don't got
I don't
too
know what
much,
you.
but I do got some stuff here.
Okay.
I'll start my Patriots because I don't have too much for those, but holding that one seed down, okay? Holding the one seed down, and then it does come down to a tiebreaker. I give you that. You know, we got a 4-way tie for the one seed, but we holding the bye week down right now, okay? We got to keep it. We got to win these games. We got a bunch of tough games coming up. We got Buffalo. We got Indianapolis. We got Jacksonville. We got some tough games coming up here, okay? You know?
Yeah.
So, but with the Patriots being on a bye, it was still a win, baby, because Baltimore lost and Buffalo lost. So, like, that was a great fucking week for us as far as I'm concerned.
Helped you out.
Exactly. But now for the bad news, okay? The Patriots added QB Mac Jones to the injury report
I saw.
with a thumb injury.
Saw today.
I'm scared because that's not good. You know, I hope he ends up, you know, it's nothing. It's just kind of like, you know, he tweaked it or something.
What's your backup? Oh, you got Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer and Jared Stidham.
Jason Stidham. Aaron Stidham.
Exactly. So I don't know about those two, but I know about Mac Jones. So hopefully he's all good. And then some other weird news here is Bill Belichick was using Hard Knocks in season as far as scouting for the preparation of the matchup against the Colts here.
Yeah, because of the Hard Knocks covering the Colts.
Yep, exactly.
He wants to see what inside. I can't put cameras on the inside of their building. I'll just watch the ones they have already.
I'll just watch the ones they already put in there. So, like, that's cool, me, man. And Bill Belichick's
Stupid
doing
idiot
everything.
team putting their building cameras on national television.
Stupid idiot fucking team. Like, I would never do this. Like,
I would never do that.
Hey, and he wouldn't. You know he would never fucking do this shit. So I'm cool with it, man. Like, it is what it is. He's not breaking any rules. They're just like, I'm gonna watch Hard Knocks and see what the fuck you're doing, you know, because it's all right there on TV for me. As far as my Lakers, they were actually one of the teams that were interested in pursuing Jeremy Grant, or you know, from the Pistons there. So we'll see what happens with that, especially with the injury there. But they were interested. Apparently, Trevor Ariza and Kendrick Nunn will be back soon, so that's going to be huge for us. They'll be returning within the next like couple weeks there. They said that Ariza would probably be within like the next 1 to 2 weeks, and Kendrick Nunn would probably be sometime in January. But they're both coming back here soon, which is great news, you know. And then another little LeBron James stat here. He is the oldest player to ever post a 30-point triple-double, now officially. Damn. So he has that under his belt as well. So I was like, okay, cool.
Damn.
Good job, LeBron.
I did have a Patriots thing for you. I don't know if you saw.
Okay.
The Patriots announced that they're bringing back the red throwback uniforms next year.
Hell yeah, I saw that shit, man. I'm super happy. I can't wait to see them white helmets and the red jerseys out there. I hope they use the white pants. They're gonna look sharp.
I'm hoping they bring the Kelly Green back next year. That'd be dope.
Will. You know they will, man, because everybody wants to see that shit. But that's all I had.
Okay. Yeah, what I had here, I just had a couple mostly Bulls things. We still number two in the East. We haven't I feel like we haven't played in over a week. We had 2 games postponed. With the first games of the NBA season postponed, and it was due to the Bulls having like 10 players on the COVID list. And then we had like Pat Williams out for the season. He was hurt. But you had like DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Kobe White, Javonte Green, our rookie Io, Troy Brown Jr., Stanley Johnson, Derek Jones Jr., and even the 2 commentators for the Bulls, the broadcasters, were out with COVID.
Jesus.
So I mean, it just got to a point where they got a lot of heat. The NBA, like, they were getting a lot of heat because they were like, you gonna risk them sending out players who could be infected, you know, getting other teams sick, you know.
Yeah.
And now look what's happening. So I mean, they finally postponed those games. So it's looking like I mean, they postponed a couple, like it was against Detroit, and they postponed one against the Raptors. The next game here is against the Lakers, which they pushed back from like a 4:30 time to a late night game.
Good.
And it's looking like DeMar DeRozan, Kobe White, and I think another player is coming back for that game. So they'll be back, but they're going to be without like Zach LaVine still. Luckily, I mean, kind of luckily, Vucevic already had COVID. So I'm hoping since most of our team has it now, we don't have to worry about it come playoff time. When other teams might be getting COVID and players sitting out, we got the antibodies, baby. We rolling.
We could.
So it's better to get all these players having COVID now so they don't have it later.
The old chicken pox theory. I understand.
Ooh, you got the antibodies or whatever for a certain amount of time. Last us through the playoffs. We don't have to worry about this shit happening.
Oh my god.
So that'll help us out. Look, hopefully we can still get some dubs. I mean, the Lakers, it's going to be hard to win against, especially with like Zach LaVine being out. So I can see that it's coming as an L, but we do have some very winnable games after that. Hopefully we can start racking up them dubs as players start to come back here.
Right.
Keep us within those top 3 seeds of the East, right where we should be.
Okay.
And then hopefully add something in the trade and by the trade deadline. But that's all the Bulls stuff I have. Eagles, I don't really have too much any news per se. I just, hopefully we go out here. We're tied with Washington. Hopefully we end up beating them. I think Jalen Hurts got a fire under his ass. He had a bad game. And then seeing Gardner Minshew go out and being able to watch his tape, kind of learn from that tape a little bit. I think he's got to come out and ball against, it's kind of helping us out in a way. I know it sucks that Washington's having COVID situation and injury situation, but it's kind of lining up perfectly for us, to knock them down, knock the Giants down, and then, face off against Washington again when they're probably going to be a little bit healthier to possibly, see who gets that wild card spot. And then you face Dallas in the last week. So who knows if Dallas are going to be even having their starters play, if it's going to matter for them. So who knows at that point? At that point, we just might be trying to win just for playoff implications.
Exactly.
But as of right now, the hopes of the winning the division are seemingly gone with Dallas, kind of
get that wild
rolling.
Card.
And now hope for wild card, and if not, we had a better season than I hoped because I didn't know if it was going to be another 3 or 4 win. Everybody projected us to get like 3 or 4 wins. We have 6 right now. So hopefully we can get like maybe 8, possibly, That'd be nice.
Right.
8 or 9. But yeah, that's all the stuff I have to talk about. So we can roll right into the crazy sports stat fact of the podcast here. Joe Gibbs, famous name in the NFL world.
Joe Gibbs. You were going to talk about Joe Gibbs racing.
No, not Joe Gibbs racing. We talk about he is famous in the NASCAR world as well. Okay. But no, Joe Gibbs in the NFL.
Okay.
He's the only coach to have won 3 Super Bowls with 3 different quarterbacks, including Joe Theismann, Doug Williams, and Mark Ripien.
Damn, that's fucking crazy. He's just like, it don't matter. It don't fucking matter who it is.
It didn't say the years, but
Old school football.
Joe Theismann, Doug Williams, and Mark Ripien. But yeah, Joe Gibbs destroying in the NFL and out there in NASCAR.
And in NASCAR, getting championships, you know what I mean? Doing what he needs to do. That's awesome. I didn't realize that he was the only owner to have 3 different quarterbacks with 3 different Super Bowls there. That's cool.
Yep. But that's crazy sports stat fact of the podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to check out all of our other content. Like we mentioned at the beginning of the episode, check out all the Sideline Sports, different content they have to provide, all the different shows there. On Twitter, follow us at Squad Pod Sports. Help us get to 1K by the end of the year. Please. Only a couple weeks left. We're at 920 right now. Please. We only need like 80 more. Come on. That's not too much to ask, I feel. Help us get to 1K by the end of the year.
If you don't even use Twitter, just send us a follow. Definitely doesn't matter to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely doesn't matter. Just start it. It takes like 5 minutes. Create a Twitter account. Follow us.
Oh,
forget about it. Don't have to do anything again.
You don't gotta do all that. I'm not asking you to create a Twitter. If you already have one, like you don't use it, open it up real quick. Maybe I'm asking you to download the app if you don't have. I don't know. Just please help us get to 1,000.
Help us out. Tell your friends. Tell your friends.
Please.
But that's all the news of this week, and we'll see everybody next week.